competitive motorsport series on the planet is back.
Come on! Let's go, guys.
De Vries is going to be the only driver to finish this E-Prix.
That's how you win an FE race.
He's going for it now. Oh, what a move! Absolutely unmanaged and uncontrolled.
All I can do is my best. If that's not enough, then that's not enough.
Por favor, deja de grabar.
Okay, Alex, are you okay?
Yeah, I think so.
The most competitive motorsport series on the planet is back. Welcome to the 7th season of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship and the Diriyah E-Prix.
This is the start of a new era, and the status of Formula E has now officially changed to an FIA World Championship. We've got a grid of 12 teams, 10 global manufacturers. We've also got some new drivers. We've got 3 new rookies, Nick Cassidy, Jake Dennis and Norman Nato. But the big talking point, Sam Bird, one of the originals from Formula E. He's been at Envision Virgin Racing for his entire Formula E career. He's now in at Jaguar Racing.
James Barkley, the man in charge, has said that having Sam Bird join the team is the missing jigsaw piece. Is there a lot of pressure?
Mitch has always felt it's his team. These guys have got to work together though, because they could quite easily start fighting amongst themselves and it could implode.
Thank you for waiting at this time for passengers.
6 months since I've travelled for a race. I was almost like a bit emotional in the taxi coming out. It feels so good.
So Mitch has been on the journey with Jaguar Racing right since the start. It's been an amazing journey together so far, and he's been the driver we've had all the success with to date, and yeah, very much part of the family.
My mask looking good.
Beautiful, mate. Yeah. Beautiful.
Amazing.
But the one piece, sometimes the jigsaw we haven't always got right, is the second driver.
To be honest, I've been asking for this for a while. You know, for a teammate that can really challenge me. And I don't mean to be sound arrogant when I say that.
On the final lap comes Mitch Evans. It's a standing ovation.
Mitch has scored over 80% of the points for the team the majority of years. So Sam has to at least step up to be his equal.
I'm an unashamed Sam Bird fan. I love his style of driving a car.
Yes, boys! Come on!
You definitely see he's one of the marquee drivers, and we associated him with the Virgin team, the Envision Virgin team as it became. So for him to move to Jaguar was a big move.
He's the only driver to win a race in every season. He's got 9 wins in that time, but each season he's had to watch his closest on-track rivals win the championship. 5 other guys have done it, and he hasn't. The best he's finished is 3rd, and yet he's still considered one of the top drivers in this championship.
I know what Sam is capable of doing. You know, his stats, blow mine away. So I'm not delusional in that. Obviously, he's come into a team that I'm very much at home with, but look, all I can do is my best. If that's not enough, then that's not enough.
We ready, guys? Ow. Right, 3, 2, 1.
Sam's very good at dealing with pressure. He's not very good at dealing with frustration.
I've wanted this championship so badly from year one that there's pressure to make this move work. When I've done well, it's the best feeling in the world. Bad days where you've been involved in a tangle, not scored any points, not been quick enough, they're hard to swallow. It hurts. So I can be a bit of a brat, I suppose. Bit of a for days.
A lot of people would love to see Sam Bird succeed. Is Jaguar the right place to do it? It's a big gamble.
The most competitive motorsport series on the planet is back for the opening round of this year's impossible to predict title race.
When I'm on the grid, it's laser beam focus. You know, you're absolutely clued into those lights. I don't think I blink. It's almost like it's in slow motion.
Obviously, a lot of voices going on in your head, but you need to be able to cope with that. And that's very hard to teach. And I think that's what it comes down to, the guys that can win races and championships to the guys that can't.
De Vries on pole, Wehrlein alongside him on the front row of the grid. Rast and Mortara are on the second row, Lynn and Evans behind them. And we go green under the lights. Not a good start for Wehrlein, a lot of wheel spin. That could give Rast an opportunity on the right-hand side in the 33 car to get up into second place, and Wehrlein locks up. He manages to make the corner. The other Porsche of Andre Lotterer goes in a little bit deep. Everybody safely through the first corner. There's an attack from Mitch Evans, trying to go side by side with Alex Lynn. Just about give each other enough room.
So a Formula E race is very, very complicated for the teams. It's very stressful for us behind the wheel, because we start the race with 100% in our battery, but the length of the race is actually too long for us to finish if we were going flat out every lap.
Actually, Mitch Evans is protecting the inside as he lifts and coasts.
You got to try and find the most efficient, fastest way to make it to the end of the race when the pressure's on.
The engine's pushing hard, Lynn's pushing hard.
Copy, just follow our plan, mate.
There's no chance he's going the same lap as us.
I try and train myself to be able to cope with any type of threat.
For me, Formula E is like the world's fastest game of chess.
It's a late move over, Bird's on the dust. Bird gets past.
Come on.
There's so many different things going through our heads at one time. We're not focusing on the corner itself. We're thinking about the car in front, the car behind, our energy, what I need to do, where's that guy weak, where's he strong behind, where's our strategy at, when should I take attack, when should I defend, all these kind of things while going as quickly as possible.
There is Mortara now. He needs to make use of his attack mode. He pulls to the right-hand side, pulls ahead of Evans. It's 3 wide as they come down into the corner, and Evans is taking Wehrlein too.
You've got to outsmart other drivers. You've got to outwit them, outthink them, and I think that's what makes Formula E so tricky, so difficult, and so unique.
That was mighty from Mortara, centimetres, millimetres from disaster. Now you see the reaction from the team principal.
I think that's one of my favourite overtakes in Formula E, and Sam Bird goes to the inside, Lynn puts him in the wall.
Oh, come on!
Did you see that? Did you see him defending? Just drove him into the wall.
Okay, could well be full course yellow or safety car.
So, rest direction there, calling the safety car, the only real option.
You're going so well. Alex is completely out of order there. Completely out of order. I know, mate. I'm shaking up really.
You went that way,
I know.
and then he just did that.
He did change direction twice. I know. It's
Unbelievable.
It's not on. I mean, once you're halfway through a move, you can't pull out. Don't worry. You were going so strong as well. You're great on energy. You've done yourself proud today, mate. Don't worry. It's just, I know, it's going to hurt for a bit, that one. But...
The flags go green. The race gets back underway.
Oh, big hit from Max Gunter, massive hit.
Gunter in the wall, out of the E-Prix. And in his first ever Formula E race, rookie Jake Dennis, BMW's other driver, is in 14th, and he's sandwiched in between the two DS Techeetah cars and two former champions.
Currently behind the Costa. Jeff is behind you.
Through the chicane they come. Mortara does activate attack mode, as does Mitch Evans behind, so Rast is up into second place. Here comes Mitch Evans attacking Rast. Rast tries to cover him, but Evans gets the inside, and the Jaguars up into third place. Rast has so much energy. Is he going for a last lap attack on Mitch Evans? I think the third place battle is the one. Rast, I think, is sitting in behind Mitch Evans and just waiting for the moment to come. Here now is Evans in third. Rast has got more energy. Is he going to go for it?
Train warning, Rast, powertrain warning.
Rast got a warning on the powertrain.
For third place, up into the chicane on the final lap. He's quite far back. Evans covers. Rast goes one way, goes the other. He's trying to force Evans to use more energy, but look how much Rast has. Nick de Vries wins the first race of the Formula E World Championship. Second across the line is Eduardo Mortara. Third is Mitch Evans. Fourth is Rene Rast.
Yes! Yes! Well done, mate.
Lovely work, guys. Lovely work. That was tight. Bravo, guys. Great start to the year. Shame about them.
Need to calm down, go through the data, try and process things, see the positive sides, and go again tomorrow. But what else can you say?
I know this means a lot to everyone. It's a nice motivator for the team to have a bit of piece of silverware after our first day of season server.
Yeah, so it's been roughly a year now since we went into a national lockdown. I've been extremely lucky that I've been able to spend a lot of time out training in the countryside. I've started to appreciate the small things away from racing. Since the age of 12, 13, I've been racing every weekend, and it's been my entire life. So in some respects, it's nice to have a bit of a reset.
Oliver Rowland through the final corner in the Nissan takes his first win in Formula E. Yes! Come on!
He will bring home a car in a safe point scoring position rather than be a hero for his own ego.
He's a very calm guy, but very focused, committed guy. He loves his cat. He has 2 cats, so we discuss, I have 2 kids, he has 2 cats. So it's not the same, but...
So Ollie is from a town in the north of England, which is a former mining town. It was an industrial town, a town called Barnsley.
I'm very proud to come from Barnsley. I still support their football team. It's funny, my trainer tells me a lot of the time that boys in Barnsley aren't meant to be world champions. That's how he motivates me. And I was very lucky. I had great parents who supported me a lot when I was younger. My mum's only just finished paying off the credit card bill. But yeah, they had to sacrifice their whole lives. It's actually funny because I have my own karting team now for kids. And it's funny to see the parents going through similar things. I'm trying my best to give something back as well, and even if I can help one person realise their dreams, it's better than none. I bought a camper end of last summer, and I just love it now. I go everywhere in it.
I'm not sure you know that, but he travels with his camper to the team. He parks it in the parking, and he actually sleeps in the parking of Nissan Edams.
So yeah, tonight I'll go off to the track and spend the night there in the camper, and then make some breakfast and watch the kids go around tomorrow and try and coach them a little bit and see how everybody is.
I want him to do well. Obviously, I want to beat him, but I like when he does well, I think we really care for each other. It feels like a bit of a family at the end of the day,
I am extremely fortunate to be in the position that I'm in, but I think what drives us type of guys to get where we are is that you always want a bit more when you get more, I think You know, sometimes I look back and I see what I've achieved and I'm extremely grateful and extremely happy, but I'm always looking for more, and I think, you know, the next goal is to be a Formula E World Champion. And that's what I'm striving for, and I'm not going to sit back and focus too much on what I have. I'm going to focus on what I want.
So we're about to get going with qualifying ahead of round 2. Oh, and there goes Rowland. So Oliver Rowland pulling out just in front of Mitch Evans' Jaguar. It means he's not going to be last on the track, but he will control the pace to a degree.
In Group 1 qualifying, you want to cross the timing beam to start your lap the latest you possibly can, because you will get the best track.
The first car cleans the track, the second car cleans it more, third more, fourth more, fifth more, sixth guy has the best track. So in the first session, you want to aim to be the last to cross the line.
It is not your job to make sure that any other cars who happen to be behind you are within that time.
They're running out of time here, coming to the final corner. Checker flag out, clock ticks to 0, only Rowland makes it. Evans and Rast don't get across the line in time. Jaguar and Audi furious.
Yeah, if they want to play, we play, no problem.
Whether it's particularly fair, it is within the rules. And so anyone who goes like, well, they shouldn't have done that, it's like, no, they absolutely should. Otherwise, they're not competing.
You know, it's hard. Do you give them a chance to do a better lap behind you, or do you just look after yourself? And you know, sometimes as a racing driver, you have to be a bit selfish, and I looked after myself. You know, of course, it's not a nice thing to do, but at the same time, it's part of Formula E, you know.
Very few championships are blessed to have 10 manufacturer teams. We've got Porsche, Audi, Mercedes. These are all huge titans of the automotive industry. And then BMW, which is one of the most prestigious brands going. This season, Max Gunther is joined at BMW by Jake Dennis, the British driver, a complete rookie, someone who's never raced in Formula E before.
Welcome to Formula E.
Are we starting? First race of Formula E. Being a rookie, it's always going to be like something to look forward to. The track looks incredible. The undulation of the circuit through the mountain section is something to get used to. It looks very daunting at the moment. Don't get me wrong, the first 1 or 2 laps, I'm going to be holding the steering wheel so tight.
For Jake, I mean, it's going to be difficult. He knows it's going to be difficult. He's undoubtedly got the skills, and I think he's definitely got the hunger to perform.
I think it's probably a bit of a gamble, but I think they took a gamble with Max Gunther as well. They're not doing this because they think that they're nice guys. They're picking drivers because they think that these guys are going to give them the best result, and you know, Max's success has shown that they know what they're talking about.
He had a straight shootout with established DTM stars that BMW could have called upon, but the way he interacted with the team, the way he performed in the car and in the simulator, they chose him. So you have to expect that they've seen something in Dennis which proves he will deliver in Formula E and repay that faith.
I'm always one for learning new things in motorsport, and then you come to Formula E and it's like you're starting from scratch, you know, you have no idea about anything, and you're trying to learn this in like a day to try and prove that you're good enough. Is one of the most challenging but most enjoyable things I've ever done, and obviously I did the job on the day. I managed to win them over, and they've really sort of taken a lot of risk putting me in the car, and now I just need to go out on track and do it.
We've already had one spectacular race under the floodlights. We are all set for another.
4, 3, 2, 1, and count to 1 shot. Auto count to 1.
Okay, Oli, radio check. Copy.
Okay, Jake, intercom check.
Yep, loud and clear.
All 5 lights are on, and we go green in Diriyah. Poor start from Sergio Sede Camera. Immediately Sam Bird on the right tries to go to the outside and get into second place. Sede Camera locks up. Bird gets through. Bird into second position. BMW's Jake Dennis makes a promising attack on the outside. He's made up 2 places. He's now in 15th.
Looks like it could get pretty feisty ahead. Maybe think about an early attack.
Copy.
So he's in attack mode, Robin Freitz, and he's going to be able to get back ahead of Sam Bird. Is he? Bird, will he take attack mode now? Yes, he will. Will he come out in front of the Dragon? No, he won't. So that's not worked out well for the Jaguar team at all. There's all of this chaos right at the back with Dennis, Verline, Evans, Lynn, Rast. Roland is trying to get past Gunter coming into turn 21.
It's very good defending.
Gunter covers the inside line and Roland weaves around a little bit.
Very good, Max. Roland now standard mode.
And that's Jake Dennis. Jake Dennis at pit entry is in all sorts of troubles.
What is this? What that bloke is, mate.
With one BMW driver out, Max Gunter is still in the points, but he's having to fight hard to keep hold of that 10th place.
Use attack now.
Bird now in the lead of the race. The two Diesta Cheetahs are going side by side into the chicane. Team orders are done now by the looks of things. Oh, side by side through 20. Says a camera activates attack mode. They're going to make contact. Jean-Eric Verne's heading towards the wall.
Oh, Tonio, what you doing?
Guys, what the is that? Seriously?
He hit me first, but copy, we discuss after.
Once again, the rivalry at Diesta Cheetah absolutely unmanaged and uncontrolled.
Breathe, boys.
Oh, a lock-up for Gunter, and there he hits Blomqvist. And Gunter can't believe it.
Sorry, guys.
Stay in the car, mate. Stay in the car.
Okay, Alex, are you okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Guys, are you there?
Yes.
It's Mitch.
Yes.
Alex had a monster shunt. He hit the back of me and had an airplane crash.
Okay, can you see him?
Okay, he's okay. I've gone to see him. He's okay.
Okay.
It was, yeah, not like really not good.
Concerning news of an incident involving Mahindra's Alex Lynn. We'll bring you up to date with that as soon as we have any information. But with Sam Bird in the lead of the race, we have a red flag. All the cars are back in the pits, in race order, and we're being told that with just under 3 minutes left on the clock, there's not enough time for a restart. So race leader Sam Bird will take the top step of the podium.
P1!
Not the way he would have wanted to clinch it, but the winner of round 2, his first win for his new team, Jaguar Racing, Sam Bird.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. Like, that guy just took me clean out of the race. So I haven't even seen it, but I don't think I need to because my car's destroyed and he just carries on at the back. So doesn't want a rookie passing him, does he?
Oh, yeah. Big roller coaster weekend. Disappointment yesterday from zero to hero. Winning today felt amazing. I feel like the team has got their bit between their teeth. Let's see what we can do in Rome. And also, I've got something of yours, cameraman. Sorry, I broke your camera. Come on! So, if I can give that back to you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Cheers, guys.
P1! Advice!
Right. And chill. Oh.
Welcome to Valencia and welcome to rounds 5 and 6 of the all-electric ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. The current team to beat, Jaguar Racing. They top both the drivers and the team's championship, but right behind them, and you've got to say, the in-form team coming into these two races are Mercedes EQ. Their Dutch driver Nick de Vries won this season's opening race in Saudi Arabia, and just 2 weeks ago on the city streets of Rome, Stoffel van Doorn took the top step of the podium. Someone that could play a huge role in the drama here is Mother Nature, as heavy rain is forecast. So far this season, the stats read 4 races, 4 different pole sitters, 4 different race winners. What will the world's most unpredictable racing series conjure up this double-header weekend?
Which camera? There's too many cameras. The racing in Valencia will be very different compared to what we're used to in Formula E. So energy management is going to be key, and then it's all going to be coming down to the last couple of laps with whoever's got the most energy is going to come out on top, and yeah, it's all going to come down to the last couple of laps.
There are not much walls around, so it's going to be a very different race. I think very exciting for you guys to watch, maybe a little bit more stressful for us inside the car.
Then you're going to sign at the back of the card, and we'll have the camera over your shoulder just to get the close-up of you signing.
I remember in karting, the first time I received like a letter home asking for an autograph, and I didn't have one at the time. So actually I spent the afternoon with my sister and grandmother and behind the kitchen table trying to invent one. I remember that.
Oof, looks bad. It's really not the same feeling not having fans around. Yeah, it was kind of always a big part of Formula E because we're in the city center, and then people want to see you, want your autograph. There's a lot of activities around them as well, and now that's kind of all been gone. But yeah, the racing goes on. It's still very intense, but yeah, looking forward to the day that we can actually have people back at the circuit.
You see that small guy in the garage? That's my race engineer. If you close your eyes, you can always hear him. More like me. Albert Lau, which is my race engineer, we call him Albi. We're basically the little man's team. He is even smaller than me, but he certainly doesn't come across like a small guy. He definitely knows what he is talking about.
Nick, he's a very cool customer. He's always pretty relaxed, no matter sort of the stress level. He's really consistent all the time. So it's actually makes my job quite easy because it's very steady. You never get sort of the highs and lows that you get with some other racing drivers.
Do you know about his phobias at all?
No, I don't actually. This is a good one, so maybe you could tell me something.
He's petrified of animals.
Well, I mean, I guess he's like me. He's only little, right? So.
I've never really been a hero when it came down to animals. I don't know, since a kid. I do like some dogs. Normally I'm kind of afraid for animals because they are very unpredictable and you can't really read them. If they are small, it's fine, I feel like I'm bigger so I can still handle them, but yeah, I don't really know. It's just, that's me.
Away from the pressures, he's a really fun guy. We like to, have a good bit of a music session in the garage and that. And he, loves some old classics, bit of Backstreet Boys and stuff. Yeah.
Any other artists?
I mean, he just loves everything old, man. I mean, we had some Britney Spears on, bit of Spice Girls as well. He loves it. It's like a bit of a karaoke sesh.
I do try to travel with this portable piano. I started, I think, September, October last year. It was kind of an idea that I got during lockdown. I'm honestly a true beginner because when I walk out of lessons, I see kids from 8 years old walking out with the same music book as I have, which is a little bit frustrating. But you have to start somewhere.
Nick's an absolute dynamo. I've rarely met somebody with his kind of energy.
He's somebody that very much also wears his heart on his sleeve as well, and that's a very powerful thing to have in a driver.
Super pole then. Nick de Vries, Sebastian Buemi, Antonio Felix da Costa, Max Günther, Stoffel van Dorn and Alex Lynn. Here he comes then, the Belgian. Oh, did he touch the wall? I think he brushed the wall on the exit there, Stoffel van Dorn. Starts his lap now. Interesting way to start your lap. Here he comes then, the Belgian.
Qualifying is always a very high pressure environment for us because we only get one lap.
Oh, look at the sawing at the wheel. This is not looking like a pole position lap for Stoffel van Dorn.
To start in the top 10 when you're in Group 1, you actually gotta drive the perfect lap.
Up to the line.
Stoffel van Dorn in the Mercedes EQ, and it's quicker.
Wow.
And Van Dorn goes to the top of the times. It's Van Dorn or Lynn for pole position. Here is Alex Lynn. Into the final chicane. Stoffel van Dorn is the man on provisional pole position at the moment. Alex Lynn comes across the line, and it's not provisional anymore. It's pole position for Stoffel van Dorn. Now, whilst Mercedes EQ are celebrating their third pole in just 5 races, we're getting word that there's been an irregularity in the paperwork that they've submitted to the FIA. Stoffel's car is currently being checked, but if what we're hearing is correct, this could result in Van Dorn starting at the back of the grid.
Por favor, deja de grabar.
Guys said they can't be on camera. Those guys.
The serial numbers for specific components have to be entered into the FIA technical passport. And what's happened in this case is that instead of the number 7, a number 8 has been entered into an 8-digit serial number. Yeah, obviously the one thing the team is brilliant at is refocusing on the job at hand now that the situation's changed. So we've had a chat and had a look at now what does that mean and what can we do to give Stoffel the best opportunity of getting back up the field. But it's going to be a mammoth task to salvage something for today.
For the first time ever, Formula E is about to go racing in Spain. The rain is falling and the championship leaders are at the back of the grid. Behind Sam Bird is Stoffel van Dorn, who initially put it on pole, but an administration error has changed his starting position from 1st to 24th.
My go-kart team actually forced me to drive on slick tires in the wet, purely to teach me how to be efficient, how to be quick in the wet conditions.
Stoffel's teammate Nick de Vries starts in 7th, and in a race where energy management will surely be more critical than ever, as always, expect the unexpected. Here comes Antonio Felix da Costa, gets the race underway in Valencia. Buemi heading towards the gravel. Meanwhile, it's side by side further back as Nato attacks Lotterer, and Buemi's going to get hit. Lotterer at the scene of the accident once again.
C'est pas possible!
Van Dorn's moved up from 24th to 21st already.
If we've got good pace and you want to overtake Lynn and Günther in front, you can do.
Albert Lau, the race engineer of de Vries, saying, don't worry too much about the energy. If you can get past, go for it. And Nick de Vries is into 3rd place with a great move around the outside at turn 4.
Slightly alarmed by the pace that Stoffel van Dorn came flying into the attack zone.
I know, he's now made up 8 places and up into 16th. And there goes de Vries for 2nd. The Dutchman is carving his way up the field, ahead of Lynn, ahead of Günther, and now he's going to set his sights on the race leader, Antonio Felix da Costa. It's Günther. No grip confirmed, and now he's beached in the gravel.
Should I try reverse again?
No, you're beached, you will not go anywhere, mate.
Van Dorn's made up 11 positions, de Vries has made up 5. Mercedes EQ are flying up the order, and there's another one for Stoffel van Dorn. Mortara's in attack mode on the outside. Oh, he's been hit. Lotter has taken them both out. They're off into the gravel.
What a f***ing idiot. Whatever. Lotterer, what a genius.
So after that incident, we're seeing the safety car for the 5th time this race. Now, FIA rules state that for every minute the safety car is out, 1 kilowatt hour of energy is to be removed from each car. So by my calculations, when the safety car now comes in, there'll be 19 kilowatt hours removed from each of the car's batteries. That's nearly 1/3 of their total power, which we've never had that drastic a reduction before. With only a few minutes left, which teams can adapt their race strategy the quickest?
Okay, Nick, follow the target. We have 2.5% more energy than DaCosta. He will come to us on this last lap. You can make a move on the last lap.
Stoffel van Dorn's currently in 10th place, but he's like a man possessed. He's now in 9th place. All of the field, apart from Mercedes EQ, seem to have miscalculated the length of the race. He's now up into 8th place.
We got one more lap at the end of this, and DaCosta's on 2%. Bird and Lynn and Evans, they're all on 1%. De Vries is going to be the only driver to finish this E-Prix. Here they come, out of the final corner, and across the line, and the checker flag's not there. There's another lap. None of them have energy. Yeah, this is an absolute catastrophe.
Nick De Vries now into the lead of the Valencia E-Prix. His teammate Stoffel van Dorn is in 6th place. 5th place, the Mercedes EQ driver has now overtaken 19 cars. He's now in 4th place, 3rd place. Unbelievable.
Follow your targets. Just bring it home.
What a remarkable end to this race. There's no doubt about that. Here comes Nick De Vries. The checkered flag falls. De Vries wins, while his teammate makes up 21 places and finishes in 3rd. When every other team struggled to adapt their race strategy, Mercedes stood strong. What a race. What a result for Mercedes EQ.
Well done, mate. Mega job. That's how you win an FE race. Right there.
Guys, you are legends. Ah, thank you so much. Ah, yes! Yes!
Pretty much exactly what it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, with how important the energy sensitivity is to like the performance of the cars, it makes for very, very interesting racing. And so we were pretty confident because we practice a lot of this stuff in the simulator. I mean, you spend hours and hours in the sim, and to sort of get the fruits of that work is amazing.
It's a good point. It's a good recovery with with the issues we dealt with after qualifying to become P3 was better than expected. Yeah, should have won this one.
I always had to stay within the fight because our kind of execution required saving the whole race. So
is that a strategy you've been working on behind the scenes?
Every little bit helps, you know.
It's so, I say this every weekend, it's so sort of cliche, the highs and lows, and just the eccentricity of Formula E, and you can't second guess it, you don't know. So it's been, yet again a roller coaster, and it hasn't gone the way we'd want it to go this weekend, despite the phenomenal result in the win. So there's still a huge amount to learn, and the whole team are consummate professionals.
Congratulations.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Welcome to the most iconic street circuit in the world. This is Monaco. This is round 7 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. And for the first time ever, the most unpredictable motorsport on the planet will be racing the full Monaco Grand Prix circuit. The hunt for this season's title couldn't be any better balanced as we head into arguably the most prestigious event in the season's calendar. We've had 6 races so far. We've had 5 different winners. The 2 Mercedes drivers, Nick de Vries and Stoffel van Dorn, are sitting pretty at the top of the table. They're very closely followed by 2 former teammates, Envision Virgin's Robin Freitz and Jaguar's Sam Bird, who are tied in 3rd. But most surprisingly, the reigning champion Antonio Felix da Costa is a massive 33 points off the lead. Casino Square and the Monaco Tunnel and Harbour have played host to some of the greatest ever names in racing. But this weekend, prepare yourself for one of the most entertaining and compelling races ever witnessed on the streets of Monte Carlo.
So we had Valencia 1.5 weeks ago, and now we're in Monaco. It's our home race. It's the jewel in the Formula E calendar, so we're very much looking forward to this weekend. And for me, it's home now, Monaco, so I'm very lucky that I have a very short walk to the office, a very glamorous walk to the office. And unfortunately today, we don't have the normal blue skies and sunshine, but still a great place to be based.
Susie Wolff is probably one of the most famous women in motorsport. You know, she's the last woman who participated in a Grand Prix session. She grew up racing against Lewis Hamilton. She's somebody who is completely determined.
I've known Susie since a long time, since Susie first started racing karts at Larkhall in Scotland. She has experienced pretty much everything in racing, and her experience, both positive and negative as a driver, help her understand the psychology of a driver. She's an operator. She knows how to get things done. She knows how to motivate a team.
It's interesting because I think a lot about a race team comes down to energy. And even if there's the days where it's a really bad day or there's stuff that's happened, I fundamentally wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
You know, of course, with Susie, she's got a good sounding board there with Toto. I mean, Toto Wolff, team principal at Mercedes, just dominated Formula One for such a long time now. And Toto, he steers that team. You can tell there's absolute steel behind that gentle exterior, maybe. And they certainly, as a couple, they're very impressive.
To do our jobs well, we need to be on it. And of course, as a mother, I try to be disciplined how I use my time, and when I'm available and when I'm there for my son, I'm there for my son. But this job is 24/7, and to be successful, you've got to be making decisions quickly and be available. And there's some days that causes difficulties, but for the most part, it's manageable because it has to be. When I started this role in season 5, I did my first media round table. The first question, did your husband get you the job? Second question, do you think you're qualified for being a team principal? Third question, how will you manage as being a team principal as you're a mother? And I looked at my head of communications and I thought to myself, how can it be that that's the first 3 questions I get asked as a team principal? And I kind of felt there and then, okay, we've still got a lot more work to do. And it's not enough to hashtag it and say, diversity is important for us. Well, you know what? If it's important for you, what are you going to do about it? This team, we're 1/3 female. Did I set out to become 1/3 female? No, I don't believe in quotas. But I do believe in the talent of women, and I do believe that it creates a stronger spirit and energy in the team to have more females. Because I'm not judged on how diverse my team is, I'm judged on how successful my team is. It's a good example to show that you don't need to compromise on performance to get diversity. You just need to approach it with a different mindset, and an unconscious bias cannot be there.
So the drivers at Venturi, Norman Nato, rookie season, he's clearly quick. Then we've got Edo Mortara, and this could be the season where he's really a championship challenger. He's that good.
So Eduardo Mortara is one of the drivers that probably people outside Formula E haven't necessarily heard of, but he is a street racing specialist.
On his day, Eduardo Mortara is a really quick driver, possibly one of the fastest out there. But I suppose there is some inconsistency, and that mixes with quite a fiery temperament.
I am very sensitive as a driver, yes. So I tend to forget very, very quickly the good performances, and I tend to remember a lot the bad performance.
We saw Edoardo Mortara on the podium in the first race, and that was sort of built around this incredible overtake.
That was mighty from Mortara, centimetres, millimetres from disaster. I said to Susie afterwards, I said, give him $1 million, I bet he couldn't pull that one off again.
But then that doesn't carry over to the next day. You know, we have the customary practice session, and then at the end of that, drivers always line up to do their practice starts.
I lost the brakes, couldn't decelerate the car. I hit a wall around 150 kilometers per hour.
Oh, that was big.
Is it I think it's Edoardo Mortara.
Yeah.
The first, let's say, second, you don't really understand, you know, what's going on. And I remember, like, in a split second, looking for a wall where there were no people, because you can imagine, like, when you hit like a wall at 150, you're obviously going to move the wall, and if you have people behind, you might end up like also like the worst can also happen, you know, to these people. Probably, from what I remember, the worst crash I've ever had in my career. I was sure I was gonna really hurt myself. Actually, it did really hurt me, because I was like in so much pain, especially on the back, and I thought that I'd broken some vertebrae and everything. But yeah, it's not a nice moment.
Racing's a sport of highs and lows. That was tough, but he's certainly recovered from that now, and you know, drivers are made of tough stuff.
The most iconic racetrack in the world is about to have another chapter written. After 93 years of history, the full Monaco Grand Prix circuit plays host to the Monaco E-Prix, the 7th round of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. And this is how the grid lines up. Nick de Vries, the championship leader, starts at the back. He's in for a tough afternoon. Edoardo Mortara starts 18th. Third, Mitch Evans. He's got a big opportunity of gaining ground, as has Robin Freitz. But the pole sitter is the reigning champion Antonio Felix da Costa. Is this the day his championship turns around? All 5 lights are on, and we go green in Monaco. Evans has got a good getaway. He might have the inside coming into Saint-Devote. Locks both his front wheels. Freitz tries to hang it around the outside and keeps second position. Everybody else steaming in. Ras, they're 3 wide. Coming up through Beau Rivage, they're still 3 wide. Absolutely absurd stuff in the early stages. Sims is looking up. There's a lot of contact, and Norman Nato gets a big hit from Max Günther. Oh, and there's a contact there. That is Sims in trouble.
Je suis passé. I don't know if I have damage at the front, but I have no rotation.
Here comes Freitz for the lead. Robin Freitz on the attack. He's through. Freitz ahead of da Costa.
About to attack Oliver Rowland on the outside again. Oh, looks like he's gone right round the outside. Has he managed it? No.
Oh, Rowland's still there. Rowland fighting really hard for this position. Günther's in attack mode. He's got more power, look, but there's no way he can get past. Lucas de Grassi dives down the inside and simply pushes Norman Nato out of the way.
Okay, Edo, check lap remaining before the line.
I've got 30. I need to put 29, right?
Copy, I confirm, Edo.
Verne is going for Evans round the outside at the New Nouvelle chicane, and Verne gets through, and da Costa's going to get caught up in that. Brilliant wheel-to-wheel racing on the streets of Monaco.
What the was that all about?
Freitz is back through ahead of Antonio Felix da Costa.
I think we have damage from lap 1. The car is not turning at all.
We go for plan A. Plan A, you have fan boost.
We have to keep an eye on fan boost of da Costa.
You need to keep an eye, not me.
He's on. Close the door.
Da Costa does the fan boost in the tunnel. They're going to go side by side. Freitz covers the inside. Da Costa sweeps to the outside, takes the lead. Evans to the outside. Freitz on the inside into Saint-Devote. Evans sweeps through. He's going to be all over the back of da Costa. He's going for it now. Oh,
what a move!
Evans takes the lead of the Monaco E-Prix. Absolutely outrageous stuff from the Kiwi.
Good job. Keep energy under control.
De Grassi makes contact with Mortara.
What the f is Di Grassi doing?
He shoved Norman Nato out of the way earlier, and now he's done the same to his teammate. Side by side, and here comes Da Costa, they make contact!
He's having a crack, mate. He's having a crack.
Evans holds the lead.
Let's keep our targets under control.
The last lap of racing. Again, Evans is defending. And here he goes again.
I'm going to struggle here.
Evans is starting to struggle.
Evans holds the lead. If he hangs on, it'll be one of the most remarkable drives that we've seen in Formula E. Da Costa goes for it into Beau Rivage. Da Costa to the outside and to the lead. Da Costa takes the lead on the final lap. Fries to the inside. Evans cuts across. Evans still holding on to second place. Da Costa comes through the final corner. Da Costa wins in Monaco. And Fries gets second, does he? Yes! Fries to the line! An unreal end to the E-Prix!
I was studying dark. I don't know what happened, but... Not our day.
P2.
We got him!
Good job.
Yes, baby.
Calm down and tell me that I just won the Monaco E-Prix. We won.
As Norman Nato pulls into the garage, it's going to be a disappointing day for him and Mortara, who finished the day in 13th and 12th.
We tried, we're 11th. Maybe a couple of points. We never know.
Yeah.
So I went for it. I was like going for Cassidy, and then like suddenly like I had a huge hit from Di Grassi, like he...
From behind or?
From the side.
I mean, how many lead changes we had in a Monaco E-Prix? I mean that doesn't happen in any other racing series, you know. So.
Do you think that last one was the best overtake of your career?
It was definitely the riskiest.
As Antonio Felix da Costa celebrates here in Monaco, the reigning champion makes it 6 different winners in the opening 7 races. At the halfway point in the first ever World Championship season, the top of the championship could not be any tighter. We now take a 6-week break in racing. Next time you see us, we'll be across the Atlantic in Mexico. And they are out here to finish their season on a high.
I'm someone that hates bullshit.
I'm going to kick this guy's ass.
That will do whatever it takes to win the championship.
Can't fight it without data.
The way Dennis is in the wall!
I'm a little bit of a target at the moment.
And there's contact! Oh my goodness!
We put all this together to get this.
This is absolutely disgraceful.
2 title contenders out instantly! We go green in Berlin! And Evans doesn't move!